video is the average. Is this the average male fantasy? Let's see what Shoe0nHead is going to say about the average male fantasy. Average male fantasy, I would say regular dudes have a house, have a loving wife that stays at home and takes care of the house and takes care of the kids while the husband works. Or Anna de Armas, what's it called? Sydney Sweeney, or maybe another hot girl, you know, maybe that. But typically, I'm assuming she's talking about like the nuclear family. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see what she has to say.
Men, what do they want? Money, status, fast, expensive cars? What is the ultimate male fantasy? Is it fame, fortune, 3 hot chicks at once?
What did I say? What did I say? I said Sydney Sweeney, Anna de Armas, and I don't know, some other hot chick at the same time. What did I say? All right.
Hell yeah, brother. No,
hell yeah.
According to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
That is true. That is true. Well, I've seen this before. I've seen this before.
This is literally just a fetish. I fucking hate men so much. Men are why we can't have nice things.
What are you talking about? We built everything. We built the phones you're using. We built the roads you're using. We built the house you live in. What are you talking about? Well, not me. I know. You know, I make fried rice. That's different, right? But what the hell are you guys talking about? Wild, bro.
As I was working on an upcoming video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I saw this post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish, a movie about a college student who is assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love. Many men were yearn posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this, while many others, mostly women, were absolutely f***ing disgusted at.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with falling in love with a girl who can't run away from you? Okay, we gotta focus here. We gotta focus, all right? We can't get out of control again. We gotta focus.
At this. Why would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why. We are also going to be reading some absolutely unhinged tweets, as usual, to get to the bottom of why such a wholesome post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war.
You guys freaking remember the McDonald's thing? The anime McDonald's thing, right? It's basically the dad and the son, the mom, and the daughter, they're like eating McDonald's, like super wholesome anime commercial. And all of a sudden, these crazy lunatics on Twitter started like berating, saying that this is disgusting. Why would you want this? Wow, this is awful. It's like, why are you guys mad over this? Just because we want a family with 2 kids, we want to get married, live in a house, doesn't have to be nice, and have 2 kids. That's it. Your wife loves you. Your kids love you. What's wrong with that? Like, I don't freaking get it, man. Like, yeah, they just freaking lost their minds. Yeah, you can't fall in love. You can't have that anymore. It's just so cringe, bro.
Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic.
Oh, speaking of, happy, what's it called again? What's that thing that a Bungie put out? What's a Bungie? I forgot already. let me double check. Let me double check. It's because there was a thing. The world's healing, and basically it wasn't Bungie, but it's basically Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Yes, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Not Pride Month, not gay stuff, but yes, this is actually what we needed. And the fact that guys, most of the guys, basic normal dudes, want this life. A wife and 2 kids. That's it. We don't want anything else, actually. We're actually simple-minded. We're simpletons. Some guys want everything, but most guys don't. We just want something that we can achieve. And if a girl loves us back, and we fall in love, and we have 2 kids, I don't think that's a bad thing. Bungie is that is true. That is true. It was that is very, very true. It's not Bungie. It was what's it called again? It was Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege.
The dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes
Both.
or blondes?
Both.
Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean shaven?
Beards.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor, Henson Shaving. You ever just accept that some products are just garbage? Like for years I thought ripping your tights on the first wear was just a part of being a human woman. We just accepted that. That's just how it is, sweetie.
I don't know about you, but like leggings with like some rips in them is sort of hot. Played a lot of anime games that had those. Those are pretty nice. I'm not a degenerate.
But that shouldn't be how it is. It's a bad design. And that's why I like Henson Shaving.
Oh,
because
this thing, yeah.
If you used a multi-blade razor, you're
it's
probably
made in space.
sick of the irritation, the razor burn, the overpriced blades, and you probably think, that's just the way it is. But it doesn't have to be how it is. Thanks to Henson Shaving. Henson Shaving is on a mission to improve shaving, with no gimmicky subscriptions or moisturizing strips, but with real innovation and a focus on your skin's health. What really sets Henson apart is their engineering, with their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in an aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station.
Okay, it's not made
this
in
precision
space.
Allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair.
Unfortunately, I can't really grow facial hair, so there's that. Yeah, maybe I can use it for my nipple hair.
The razor prevents any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation.
There's an Asian man
every time.
Hey,
Here's the best part.
if he
Once you
can
invest in
grow a beard,
Henson
I can
razor,
grow a beard.
It's a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace are the blades, which literally cost only 10 cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll be spending like $3 to $5 on blades, compared to the ongoing cost of buying expensive plastic cartridges. Henson's store offers a variety of colors and even a titanium version, so you can pick the razor that best fits your style. So if you're tired of razor burn and overpaying for blades, now is the perfect time to make the switch. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe.
I don't know what it is, but like her blonde hair and her black outfit reminds me of Tiffany from Bride of Chucky.
And add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your car, and then enter code SHOE at checkout.
Not saying that she looks like a crazy killer doll, but like she looks good with blonde hair.
And your environment will thank you. Big thanks to Henson Razor for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right? Now let's get back to the video. Now,
Asian
I am
curse,
not
that's
an
true.
anime connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime.
That needs to change. She needs to watch. Okay, I'm not actually gonna list like degenerate anime. I think a very good one to watch is Your Lie in April, Fruits Baskets, and probably, if you want a little bit more actiony, probably Spy Family.
I am probably the most tourist of all the tourists.
Anime is gay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ban you.
I have a question. Was the upskirt shot necessary?
Yes, it is! It's very necessary! It's very necessary to the plot! It's a good! Alright? Upskirts are always good!
In order to advance the plot. I watched Pokemon.
I heard
and
Your
Sailor
Lie
Moon
is
when
sad
I was
is
a kid,
very sad.
And a few years ago, I watched Beastars on Netflix.
Confirmed, Shoe0nHead is a furry. Confirmed. All right. So if you guys don't know what Beastars is, I haven't seen it, but my wife has. It's, do I want to eat this animal or do I want to have sex with the animal? That is. She watched Beastars. She's a furry.
Netflix. Legoshi, best boy. Not a furry, by the way.
That's a lie. That's cap. She is definitely lying.
And honestly, that's about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime. But because of this clip going viral, I watched Josie the Tiger and the Fish, and well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute, good story.
Watch anything from Makoto Shinkai, Weathering with You, Suzume, and Your Name. Amazing. Extremely amazing. No gooner stuff, nothing degenerate. Just straight up good freaking movies to watch. Your Name is so good. So good.
Cried a little bit, and I completely understood what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way? Why were thousands of people angry at this post?
That's wild,
well,
man.
Let
Imagine
us
being
dilly-dally
mad.
no longer and read some of these angry replies to get a better understanding
here we go.
of what the issue is, shall we? Wholesome male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. Oh no, they think, oh god, why? Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from? There were like hundreds of tweets just like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together? I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these conclusions? Like, as someone who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy, and she's absolutely not portrayed as some, like, vulnerable, ooh-woo, sex doll waifu. She's boisterous, she kind of has a foul mouth, she's very sassy and headstrong, she, like, straight up calls him her servant, but she was also very depressed. She basically never left her house. She was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But they actually show her disability, like, not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it, they don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike a lot of movies, unlike a lot of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind,
okay, unfortunate pause. But I would say the reason why, like, I wanted her sort of like get where she's got, where she's going. The reason why a lot of these girls are mad about something like this is because of feminism. First wave feminism, we want the right to vote. Second wave feminism, we want equal pay, we want equal everything. Third wave and fourth wave feminism is what ruined everything. We don't need men. We can do everything ourselves. We don't need you guys. We can, anything you can do, I can do better. We don't need men to do anything for us. You know what? We don't even, if the world didn't have men in it, it would be much better. It's those types of feminists. Feminism ruined a lot of things. And it also brainwashed a lot of people. People who went to college were brainwashed. People who are my age, the millennials, now are probably college professors, are teaching that kind of nonsense to kids who are currently going to college. It sort of becomes, they are basically projecting their hatred of men. Now, the reason why they do that is probably they never, the guy that they liked probably played them. There was probably something happened to them in their life that make them become like that, right? It usually happens like something happens. They probably chose your this hot guy that you like chose your girlfriend instead of you because you're fat or something like that. You're ugly or you're just not likable. And then you deem that, wow, guys are bastards. And then you find a group that thinks exactly like you do. And then it sort of becomes this whole fucking like hen house shit where you just come together and hate men. There are a lot of people like that. There are tons of people like that, which is extremely sad.
It's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead. He's already got his shit together, and she learns to live life from him. He encourages her to live her dreams, and in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet. Also, the animation was really good. Is anime good?
Yes, anime is very good. All right. There are a lot of animes that aren't just gooner stuff. But like if you're not watching any of the shonen or the mainstream anime stuff, then you probably would like the other stuff that are like, oh, just about sports, like Haikyuu or something like that, Fire Force, or like Death Note's really good, right? Death Note's really good. Cowboy Bebop's really good, but does have a hot girl in it. It could have butt jiggle physics and stuff like that because of Faye Valentine. More titty physics, but anime has been getting a lot better, and definitely check it out. Definitely check it out for sure.
Have I been sleeping on anime this
Yes.
entire time?
Yes.
His fantasy is that she becomes permanently disabled and
Speaking of sleeping on animes, I think I'm going to do it. I think after tonight, whenever I'm working, I'm going to have on an anime that I haven't watched. And maybe that's the reason why I act so gay. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not manly enough, okay? I think it's time for me to watch Berserk. I've never watched Berserk, and I feel like it's a rite of passage for every guy to watch Berserk. And I'm probably going to watch Berserk, the original, the one that came out in the 90s. And I can finally stop being a gay boy. One Piece, I'm not watching it like 1,100 episodes. Nope.
helplessly dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich. Sounds about right. Oh my god, after watching the movie, these tweets are even more insane. But even putting the movie aside, just seeing that like cute montage out of context, where the fuck are they getting this? These are very clearly just two happy people. But because the caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest, worst faith interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't see any humanity.
Come on, Phil, you are more manly than a lot of the women I know. Thank you. Thank you.
In men. They can't see any humanity in
Full Metal
humanity in
Alchemist
general.
Brotherhood?
Average
Yes.
male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance. Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women.
That's so retarded. It doesn't even need to be the girl that's in a wheelchair. It could be any girl. It could be any girl. All right? It could the girl doesn't even have to be like in a wheelchair. She could be walking. I think people are getting sort of people have absolutely lost their minds.
Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want. Got it. Not to be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. The infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little, dare I say, ableist. The implication here.
She's right. She's absolutely right. Why? Why go after a girl in a wheelchair? Are why are you fantasizing something like that? Is it because she can't walk? Because she can't run away from you? No. And then now, oh my god, man. It's like, you can never win with these people.
Here that people in wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird. Average men can't even be nice to their healthy and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able to handle disabled person as their
Jesus.
lover?
Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Oh my god. Like, you know those girls that only dates the bad boys? They're bad boys for a reason. Okay? They're not good for you and you still date them. They're players. They slept with multiple girls, multiple women, and you still date them because you wanted to have sex with a quote unquote a fuck boy. It's you did this to yourself. You can tell this person was damaged goods.
Whoa. Normal? What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it? Chat? Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled, blind. So I showed this to my boyfriend.
There's a stinky
Says,
chat.
I love you because you're
The
you.
smelly stinky
and you
chat.
make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as fantasy because
Jesus.
it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people.
Maybe because I call them, I don't, like I said, I do not call disabled people who have mental disabilities, people who are autistic or even Down syndrome. I do not call them retards. I call my friends retards.
No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled. Your meds, schizo. You don't even know that f***ing guy. What do you mean
Jesus.
stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay?
Yeah, blanket
the
statement.
majority of men are not abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men. The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out.
I typically shower before I go to bed. It's because I'm dirty. I'm a dirty boy. And then I want to go to bed clean. And then I wake up. I take a mean pee. And then I poop. Well, actually, I poop at the same time. She's sort of right. But I don't wait for GTA 6. I'm waiting for Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is what I'm waiting for.
That is the majority of men. Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section
Jesus.
of Barnes & Noble like, attention everyone! Rape! Where is that coming from? So close, this is fetish content. Ah yes, the dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes.
That's-
a happy relationship.
That's wild.
Honestly, in 2025, that might be true. Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick fuck. But this is literally just a perverted fantasy,
How?
LMAO. You think it's a perverted fantasy because, how do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female character having fun together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's a rapist! This is a fetish! Are these people okay? Stop
It's crazy that
watching porn.
It's crazy that fetishizing about having a relationship and a family is considered bad. That's the reason why I hate feminism. They ruined a lot of things for men. And I'm glad we're seeing a resurgence. I'm glad we're seeing a resurgence of like trad wives and stay-at-home moms. And here's the thing. My wife stays at home with my son while I work from home. So it's not like I don't take care of them. I'm physically still here at the house. Whenever she needs me, I can go help take care of my son, watch after him. If they need me to throw away trash or they need me to make food, I'm still here. I'm not away from the house. But yes, I would consider my wife a trad wife, is because she stays at home, takes care of my son, cooks and cleans and shit like that. And I ask her, do you want to do this? You don't have to. And she said, I know I don't have to do this, but I want to do this for you. And I want to do this for our son. I want to be a better person for you. And then I'm like, I want to be a better person for you. You don't have to clean. Like, you can let me clean. But she wants to do it. So is that a bad thing? Is that a weird fetish that these people would hate my lifestyle because I am a traditional man with traditional value?
Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire.
What?
Whatever the fuck you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush. Or so I've been told. This is literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like, she can't run away, she has no legs. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who has a
made fun of that
crippled,
earlier.
disabled fetish, okay? I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people, probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay? In fact, her being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it. Much like how females coom over, like, vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy? The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men and women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved. But more specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider.
100%. It's because I feel like that's all I can provide. That's all I can do. If I don't protect my wife, my family, my household, the people I love, and I can provide, I'm useless. I have no value. I have nothing to offer. I'm basically a piece of shit. I bring no value if I can't at least provide for my family or protect them. And that's the reason why I feel like and I think that's how a lot of men feel. And that's why if they take away their agency of, being the breadwinner, making money, like they have no agency, and they feel most of the time. There's some guys out there who are like, oh, I would love a sugar mama. I would love for my sugar mama to take care of me. I don't have to do jack shit, just stay at home and just masturbate or just play video games, right? But most regular dudes just want to be able to have some kind of they need to have some kind of agency. And if they don't have that, it's just we feel like we don't do anything, and like we can completely get replaced. We're expendable. And that's the reason why, like, I feel like my wife could just like leave me and like because like she can probably find another guy who does everything I do but better, right? So it's just like for me, that's the reason why I'm very like, I love the fact that my wife, like, I asked her, it's like, if you want to work, you can. I'm not saying you can't, but the thing is that like, I'm definitely going to be a shitty caretaker of our kid, but I will try to do better. But like, she's like, no, I want to do this, which is great.
For those that they love. Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way. Trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist. The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat.
That is true. There are chubby chasers and fat chasers out there. Thick chasers, like, remember, Sun Biki is considered an overweight model in Korea. Just putting that out there.
The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert. Men want disabled child wives. Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos.
What?
That's a little girl. This is weird. So, first of all, she's literally older than the guy. The guy is 22 and she is 24. In anime years, he is practically hag maxing. And yes, she may be physically disabled. But aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least the ones in my audience. They will freely admit this. Maybe
I'm sort of retarded. Definitely sort of retarded.
she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts?
The person who wrote this probably has done something in the past. Why are you looking for her breasts? Huh?
First of all, really weird way to say that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how like when anime women have huge boobs, it's disgusting, Coomer porn brain or whatever.
No, it's not.
But
It's
if an anime
great.
woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a chimo. Can't fucking win. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. Also, you know, like adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like that actually exists in real life. Like adult human women
That's true.
can have small boobs.
That's
we
true.
love all titties here on the
I do love all titties. I like square titties. I like flat titties. I like big titties. I like all types of titties. I like the big ones and I like the small ones. I like all types of titties, right? Just no man titties, all right? No one need no man tits.
Shoe0nHead channel. All titties is good titties. End of story. Women fantasy. A boyfriend with depth and a loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy. 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler. Also notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck.
Jesus.
Have you people ever seen a child? No. You're all childless.
Jeez.
Silly me. She's not even that short. She's just sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman.
Okay. So going back to this image, you guys can't see because I'm blocking. My ugly face is blocking. Okay. The size comparison between her, that girl, and the guy is it's almost as equivalent to the size difference between me and my wife. So my wife is 5'1". I'm about 6 foot, 5'11", like to be more accurate, right? But I'm basically, if you round it up by like 3/4, like I'm 11 3/4. I'm about 6 foot tall with shoes on. Like that's the comparison with me and my wife. Like probably in real life, I'm probably taller than that guy, like ratio compared to the differences between those two. Like, yeah, just because you're short, you're a child.
She's like a full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy. And listen, I know with anime it can get a little weird, right? Like, excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is 2,000 years old and...
Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is my father.
This is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan. But this does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the Insta baddies, the e-thots, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babes, the boy babes.
Oh my. Femboy hooters? What the frick?
Focus on your skin's health.
You know what happened?
What really sets
I
apart
didn't
is
press
that
anything. I had to get
there
good. I
has
had
been
that
a
D.
teen safety rating on your hate. Isn't ready or their son when clean.
Okay,
It's
okay.
pure soul,
There we go.
full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs. But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever been in history. Sad. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, anime. I didn't take my Vyvanse today, could you tell? Men's fantasy. A big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex. Women's fantasy. Gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods. Personally, if my husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids. Men like to pretend they want this, and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready or their son when he's misbehaving.
Back in the day, maybe. Back in the day. Not sure about now. Maybe in other countries.
First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. But there are in fact good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience.
I don't think so.
Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoe0nHead audience. You're all gremlins. Male fantasy equals a woman that
I'm a
can't
yellow
run away from
gremlin.
him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent.
That's
You know what?
that's
I
stupid.
take
I think that's how we should probably treat those crazy retarded women, right? It's like Women are all guilty until proven innocent. Imagine. Holy crap, the double standards is insane.
Opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave. A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her, and a man's fantasy is raping a woman. I'm sorry, where is the rape, ma'am? Maybe that's how you see it, because
crazy,
you're
man.
brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how, but in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for?
That's a happy relationship. What's wrong with a guy liking a girl in a wheelchair? Who cares? That's insane. All right, I won't like a girl in a wheelchair. What? She's too good for you? You're not good enough for her? You're too good for her? Oh, I do like. Oh, wow, you're trying to take advantage of her. It's like, bitch, you can't have it both ways, man.
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is why 70% of anime is garbage. So here's the thing.
I wonder if it's written by a woman.
Misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic
I wonder if it's written by a
men
woman.
Was actually written by Saiko
It's written by Sandra Oh's mom. That's wrong. It does sort of look Sandra Oh though. But yeah. Here's the thing. Girl being a girl who it's sort of like I'm sort of at my lowest. I can't really do anything. I'm vulnerable. Being taken care of by someone who sees you for who you are, does not see the chair, but sees you. That's typically a woman's fantasy. A girl who is like susceptible, who's vulnerable, and then a strong male comes and takes care of you, loves you, and will do anything for you. That's typically a woman's fantasy. It's same thing like in Twilight. It's same thing like in 50 Shades of Grey. Vulnerable, young girl, a guy who's like super like willing to do anything for you. That kind of crap is actually women's fantasy, right? This one is just taking it to another level. So the fact that, imagine you're throwing the fact that Saiko Tanabe wrote this, and you sort of show it to those people, this will completely shatter their reality.
Tanabe, a woman wrote this story. And I feel like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man.
That's exactly what I just said! Girls like this kind of stuff. Right? That's the reason why billionaire freaking werewolf boss is a thing. Right? It's a girl who is like a high school girl, a college girl that's like vulnerable, doesn't have a lot of agency, sort of just coming up in the world. And then the man, big strong man. It's sort of like my fantasy with Henry Cavill.
And loving you for who you are despite your flaws, literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams,
Is that my
face your
grandmother?
fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit
Unfortunately
here and
not.
tell me that's not the female fantasy too? Is this not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor coming
Exactly.
to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics? Are men now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the
Yes.
knight in shining armor.
Yes.
Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist. Is that what is occurring here?
Yes.
Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called Perfect World. It is a manga. Mango? I don't know. Do not come for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave their wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a fantasy. Actually, That study was debunked by the authors themselves,
Oh.
who admitted they did the math wrong.
Oh.
It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen.
Now she's
to
making
people.
sense. That's
It's
true.
terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through health, but that's not really the point here. And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The
Yep.
ones of pure mind and pure soul get it, but these fucking semen demons out here, they don't get it.
That's the first time I've ever heard that. Semen demon. That's wild. Go on, Sierra Black.
But not all semen demons. The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert, least obvious pick.
Do you know what's funny? This is exactly what happened with my Stellar Blade thing. My Stellar Blade thing where I got like 5 million impressions of me looking at Eve going up and down the escape rope, sweating and drooling from my mouth. Obviously a bit, right? Obviously, right? I would never do that in real life. I remember Carolyn came into my comments and said, these people just don't understand and stuff like that. You know, it's okay to fantasize about women and stuff like that. What's wrong with like showing your appreciation to the female form? And then in her replies, immediately was calling her a pick-me. That's wild, man. Yo, Tommy Halter, thank you so much for the $5.99, man. Have a good night, man. Take it easy, dude. Take it easy. Thank you so much for the $5.99. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Pick me. Me, pick me, please. Hope he picks you, sis. Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Jeez.
An incel could have written this. Fuck. Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racists? You mean why do so many female VTubers disagree with you? Why so many aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can say anything they want.
That is true.
They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the...
That's true, and that's why they really, really want to cancel Kirsha. They really want to cancel like a bunch of VTubers because they are anonymous. That's the reason why.
The eternal HR longhouse. But apparently even being anonymous online does not save them because they still get doxxed for simply not hating
Kitsu, exactly. We talked about that. She got doxxed.
Men. Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for a different video someday. Moving on. Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way. First of all, men make all...
I said that! We make all the nice things. All of the nice thing made by Asian, especially all the one from China. Mostly men, mostly women, but mostly the men make all the fancy stuff come from China.
The things. Thank you.
Pick me trophy, that's hilarious.
Thank you. Also, I just realized it was a man saying that. It was a whole ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir.
That's a
This is for you.
transgender.
I'm not
It is
worthy.
a transgender.
Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women. But you will never catch me in a million years saying some shit like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom. I have female family members. I have female friends. Maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women make the world a beautiful place and, like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism like anyone else. But there is something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race.
I was about to say something extremely sexist. Like women saying women can make beautiful things too. Maybe a sandwich. A big, beautiful sandwich. Sorry.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Race. Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people. White people are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross. You're not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout. Enough. But yeah, women were not the only ones who had a problem with this. There were a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy. It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it, this anime is certainly Marxist propaganda.
Wow.
The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So it is Marxist propaganda to help a disabled person pursue their dreams?
Yes.
Yeah, it's woven in. Empathy
According
is the
to these
target
people,
of
yes.
propaganda. Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism. Political brain rot.
Yep.
If you're at the point where you see this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off. You are unwell. I'm sorry, but when
Like I said, this is exactly the same thing that happened with the McDonald's ad. People lost their freaking minds. Like Twitter lost their freaking minds. Reddit moderators lost their freaking mind because of a nuclear family, 2 kids eating at McDonald's in anime form. Wow, that little girl, that mom actually looks like a little girl. This person's a pedophile. What?
I reproduce, I don't want a high probability of my offspring being mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded.
We need the world needs a better class of incels, and I'm gonna give it to them.
Oh shit.
She's not retarded, she has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all do. All
Yep.
these like I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these
Yes! All these freaking crazy, especially these dang politicians. White people bad. White supremacy. There's a problem with white supremacy in America. AOC, white husband, brother, or whatever. I don't care. And then freaking Constance Wu, white husband. Every one of these people who are complaining about white people have white husbands. At least practice what you preach, man. At least practice what you preach. If you're gonna denounce white people and white men, at least stick to your, I guess you would say, your freaking religion.
I hate non-white people, boys. Always have non-white girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too many times. I guarantee you when this man logs off of his Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account,
Don
he's
Lemon,
clapping
true.
Latina booty cheeks. My fantasy is not being a simp, but okay. Fellas, is it simping to love a woman? Nah, this is not the male fantasy. That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad. Fellas, is it beta to love a woman? This is not my fantasy. This is some gay shit, to be
Is
honest.
it gay shit to love a woman?
Fellas, is it gay
Yeah.
to love a woman? What? No-
Of course, a chat would be like, well, Philip loves... Phil loves Blair White. He's gay.
No pussy does to a motherfucker. Brother, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker, and it's far worse. The average male fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was gonna be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something. It is. That is the average male fantasy. But there are no
That's true.
dragons to slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite put together himself. Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This
it
is
is.
the Princess and the Dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give.
Phil, you're right. It is. Yes, it's your month, Pedro Chan. Damn it, Phil, stop stealing our material. Yeah, Phil, you love Fudas. Bro, you do love Blair White, gay, Lamau.
And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is
Phil's
either
gonna
seen
love
as
the Princess
toxic
Zelda
or
Fuda.
gay.
Oh my god,
and one
bro.
way of expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times I walked over and my husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway.
If I was gonna sort of like redo, like go, like sort of get like another profession, like I wouldn't mind being like a history teacher. Like I think that's pretty cool. Like learning about like the fall of Rome and like World War One, World War Two. Like that stuff is actually really interesting to me.
Anyway, yes, men love solving problems. And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth. They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is not at all shocking to me that the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves.
That's
to
true.
make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results.
Yep, and that's the reason why like the male loneliness epidemic is a huge thing, right? The mental health awareness month for men is a huge thing, right? It's because we're like a lot of guys are out there trying to get like a girlfriend or get a wife. Like they just want to be in a relationship. Like I have like I don't want to like be mean or anything like that. Like I have like cousins they're like in their 40s, they're like mid 40s, like they have never been in a relationship. It's because they thought that like if they do the right thing, if they're chivalrous and the girls will show up. But that's not the case anymore. It's because of like the world's completely different from our grandparents, right? Girls don't see that shit anymore. Girls like, oh, I'm going to, get my car done. And then you see this guy's working on your car. It comes out, gives you a good deal, maybe 30, 40, 50 or something like that, right? For an oil change or whatever. Maybe like girls don't see that kind of stuff anymore. So it's just it sucks for a lot of guys because if you happen to be in this guy's place, in this guy's situation, in this anime, you will be considered a pedophile. You will be considered a person who's a sexual assaulter. Like it's wild. It's because men literally cannot win, and the expectations for men is so high, and the women's expectation are extremely high for men. Like regular dudes out there are basically getting shafted, and it sucks.
They're lost. What can they provide? And as I said earlier, her being
old-timey
in a wheelchair
chivalry is dead.
the protector
100%.
and
Unfortunately, it
provider
sucks.
Instinct.
Like opening the door for someone. There's a puddle on the ground. You freaking take off your coat and put your coat on the puddle, and then when the car drives by, the tar splashes on your face, and you become blackface. Right? That stuff is gone. Right? That's in the past.
Into a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy, considering if you ask anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows, and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden. But towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden. Not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty. Because it makes her happy, which makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue, acts of service, big or small. Men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes. Not everyone fits into these boxes, blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, it's true. When many men look at this relationship, that is what they see. And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told.
College ruined a lot of these girls' minds. They literally were brainwashed in college. That's why you have a lot of instances where like your cool daughter goes off to college and you comes home, it's like, I hate you, dad. It's that kind of stuff, and it sucks.
they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Men simply want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family. Something unobtainable to many people nowadays. So yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy.
Yep.
Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And
Yes, that happened with my I've happened with several families where like originally like they want to get married, they never wanted any kids. And then all of a sudden it's like a flip of a switch, like you want kids now. And was that for me? A little bit. It's just like you want it. Like you want that sort of like family kind of thing, and it's nice. And like once you get it, it's just like, holy crap, you know? Like even like a dumbass retard like me, if I can get this, if I am this lucky to have this, like I want this shit for like all of my friends, like all of like every guy out there. I want whatever I have, this feeling I have, that like having a wife and a kid, and like this feeling of being needed, this feeling of agency. It's a good feeling, you know? And I want people to experience this. And that's why I think feminism, like modern day feminism, is basically ruining a lot of this kind of stuff. And what makes it worse is all the trans things that's been happening.
And that is the male biological clock. Everything you do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you and love you.
The Fuda feeling? Shut up!
And everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself, for wanting something beautiful and normal. And that is the average male fantasy. That, and 3 hot chicks at once. Hell.
This is like the opposite, right? Like the 3 smoking hot chicks at once. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh yeah, brother, haha, you know what I'm saying? So that was that little video. Men in the comments, let me know, am I correct? Is that the average male fantasy? Or is it not that deep? Men and women in the comments, what is your fantasy? And no, I don't mean that. I don't want to hear about how you want to be crushed by a 12-foot futa. That
Oh no. Oh fuck no. Oh, how's she know? How's she know, man? She fucking, oh, she knows, bro. Oh man, it's a bad day. Oh, and in time for Pride Month. Oh my god, such a, oh my god. Why? Why you have to say that? Why? You could have said something else. Why have to say Fuda? Oh, she got me. Shut up, chat. Called out. You shut your mouth, chat. Oh my god, bro. This is such a bad day, bro. She knows me. She got you. Shut up. Got called out. Chat. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut down the stream. She got my number. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
That is between you and God, not you and Shoe0nHead. I mean, what is your ultimate dream? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a nice big family one day? Do you want to own a farm? Do you want to live in a shed in the woods and make pipe bombs? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye!
That that was I don't know what to say. That I I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say about that, man. Here, there's the link. There's a link to the video. Go ahead and give it a like. Holy crap, bro. Look. That food that food that didn't caught. I didn't even know that was coming. I have no idea. Anyways, chat. That's another good video. That's another good video by Shoe0nHead. Why is he crying? No, you're crying. All right, I didn't get caught. Nothing like that. All right, that's crazy, bro. Absolutely not. Right? It's not. She knows my fantasy. No, she doesn't. Does not know. No, Paige. That's Paige or Chan's fantasy. Well, she got my number. Phil got called out. You got outed. She's talking about you. Phil, even she knows. She read your mind. Phil wants a 12-foot Fuda. Shut up! I hate the fact that it's Pride Month too. It's a bad day to be me.